Thanks. Happy solstice. Today is either the longest day of the year or the shortest day of the year, depending on what part of the planet you are on. And of course, that depends on, or the solstices have to do with the Earth's rotation on its axis, the Earth's going around the sun in its orbit, as well as the tilt of right, the tilt that the Earth rotates on. So all of that lines up so that we have increasing sunlight half the year and decreasing sunlight the other half of the year, of course, depending on where you are on the planet. So happy solstice. And today is also the day that the sun goes from Gemini into Cancer. And that is not by accident. The definition in the tropical zodiac of the sun going into Cancer is that solstice, which is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Friday, June 20th. And we also have the moon changing signs today. So the moon continues in Aries, action-oriented warrior sign Aries, where we are moving things forward, feeling the energy and the drive to move, to take action, to get things done. So that need to act, even if you don't have it all figured out. And of course, through that process, even if you make mistakes, you are still learning. But we want to be careful also with that Aries energy not to go into something that is not, we just don't overdo it, right? So the way to manage that Aries moon energy is to stay grounded. When you remember who you are, what is important to you, where you belong, where you sort of belong in time and space, that will help you to make sure that any risk taking that happens through Aries energy or any mistakes you might make are relatively minor, right? We want to make mistakes. We want to make those little mistakes so that we can learn and grow and continue to improve. But obviously, we don't want to make big mistakes that cause huge setbacks, although even sometimes those can have their place in the bigger spiritual journey. But anyway, thinking about how to stay grounded so that your Aries energy can be put to positive, in positive directions for good use. So, okay, so we've got that, and the moon goes into Taurus later in the day. So, my time, which is Pacific time, the moon goes from Aries into more grounded, earthy Taurus at 6:52 p.m. Pacific, and then the sun goes into Cancer at 7:42 p.m. Pacific. So you can adjust for your time zone and those so the sun changes zodiac signs once a month, and we have that different vibe of where the sun is shining, what part of the sky, what part of our lives is shining, what is sort of up for us to focus on. And of course, if your birthday, if the sun is in the zodiac sign of your birth zodiac sign, right? Your sun sign. Then you're kind of having your birthday all month in a sense, right? It's because it's bringing back that sunshiny energy in your home sign. So as the sun goes into Cancer, we have that shift from Gemini, and we are still in a Gemini moon cycle that began with the Gemini new moon. So we're continuing to move through those themes, to work on Gemini themes, remembering how we are learning, where we are adjusting and updating our communication, our networking, our capacity to share and exchange information, learn new things, and put things into words. So writing things down, whether that's personal writing like journaling or working on a writing project. It's a good time to focus on language and writing and communication of all sorts. Mercury is of course in where it's in Cancer, so we have that communication theme taking place in watery, emotional, feeling based Cancer. And now the sun going into Cancer brings us into that flow that now we also have Jupiter in Cancer. So more and more now focus on themes of healing, of caring, of feelings, of where we need to feel our feelings and attend to our self-care needs in emotional, more feeling based or intuitive sense. So as we know from this YouTube channel where we talk about astrology for unshakable self-care, all of the signs have to do with self-care. It's just what does that self-care look like? And there are so many different dimensions to our self-care, but Cancer is the one that asks you, what do you need? What do you need to feel okay, right? And so, how can you give that to yourself? What will help you feel okay? What will help you feel nourished? Recharge your batteries. Take care of yourself to refill that cup. So, take the time you need, get some rest, take in nourishment, and get the downtime, right? The cozy comfort that can really help you come back to center and remember who you are. So that's the Cancer energy. And then the moon going from action oriented Aries into grounded earthy Taurus. We are shifting. This will be more applicable for Saturday and over the weekend, but Friday night, my time, 6:42 p.m., did I say? Pacific. So the moon goes into Taurus, where we start to focus on getting grounded, practical, focusing on our senses and how we take in and receive the gifts that the earth has to offer. So maybe reflecting on that with this solstice and enjoying the energy of that turning point where, the days are going to start to get shorter or longer depending on where you are, and having that opportunity to um, align with what feels important and meaningful to you, and to feed that through your self-care practices, and to remember the gratitude with the Taurus moon over the weekend, focusing on the pleasures that the earth has to offer, getting outdoors, getting in your garden, cooking some good food, smelling the beautiful aromas of nature, getting out in nature. Those are all some really good Taurus self-care activities. So thinking about that and really reflecting on the bigger picture. And even as we are in the midst of a world that is, in many ways, feeling very unstable, to remember that through grounding practices for yourself, through your self care, your self nourishment, you are able to keep going in the long run in the ways that the planet and other beings around you need you to keep going. So, care for yourself, and there's a good reason to do it, and to keep going and to be here for the long haul for yourself as well as others who may need you and value your presence. So thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Astrologyheals.com is my website, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.